So the Good Party in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro has accused Executive Mayor Nqaba Bhanga of reckless behaviour after he was involved in a car crash that claimed 2 lives. Tender documents found at the scene of that accident have also raised eyebrows, with the Good Party saying that Bhanga should be investigated for being in possession of procurement documents. A Good Party's representative, Lawrence Troon, joins us now via our video link. He's live to us from Gqeberha this morning. Lawrence, it's great to see you. Thanks very much indeed for making time for us here on the AM report. I wonder if we can just begin with the timing of the statement that the organization has released in connection to this incident. The last line of that statement reads, "With the elections around the corner, it's a good time for the people of Nelson Mandela Bay to show this unguided missile the door. We know 2 people have died, so their loved ones are in mourning. Nqaba Bhanga himself, we're told, is in a serious condition. Many people might ask, is it really the time for politicking?"
First of all, I would like to say good day to everyone, and as the Good Party, we'd also like to express our sincere condolences to those who have succumbed in that accident. We'd also say that we'd like to wish our mayor a speedy recovery, and so that he could be restored to full health. You know, Chief, what has happened to Nqaba Bhanga has been long coming. If we have to remember, about 3-4 years ago, when Nqaba Bhanga was then elected as the leader of the DA in this province, he was about 3 or 4 hours late for his own inauguration. No one knew where Nqaba Bhanga was. They sent out people to go and look for him. Nqaba Bhanga came there 4 hours late, not knowing what was going on. That was the first sign that this man was not fit to hold this type of to hold this type of position. But what happened? The DA started with a cover-up, and nothing seemed to happen from that election. Nqaba Bhanga was then elected as mayor of this of this metro. It was not long. Nqaba Bhanga then sent his drivers to go and get his girlfriends. 2 of those youngsters also died. The DA also then covered up on that. 1 week ago, John Steenhuisen comes, he said that they went through this grueling process of getting the best person that is fit for purpose to be mayor in this metro. Notwithstanding everything that I've said, John Steenhuisen comes, he gives us this man. It is clear that the processes of the DA delivers not that good of a candidate. Here again, 2 people have lost their lives again. This is not politicking. In total, 4 people have lost their lives because of Nqaba Bhanga. Had the DA taken a stance 4 years ago, and had they seen that this guy who turns up 4 hours late at his own election, that should have been a sign that this guy is not fit for purpose.
So
why are we saying this?
Just to be clear, Lawrence, you're basically saying you're standing by this statement.
Come again?
You're basically saying that you stand by the statement to essentially call for voters to vote this guy out.
200%.
Right.
I stand 200% by the statement. What has also shown, what was the mayor doing with those documents in his car?
Right, let's speak about that. Let me just add a bit of context to that, Lawrence, if you don't mind. Apologies for interrupting. So we also have come to learn, as I put in my introduction, that there were tender documents at the site of this accident itself. Yes. There were 2 vehicles involved in this accident, and you obviously believe that these documents come from the one that Nqaba Bhanga was traveling in.
Chief, out of the 2 vehicles, it is highly unlikely that those documents could have been from the other vehicle. Highly, highly, highly unlikely. You know, the DA is the one party that always hits at the ANC for corruption. You know, and I've always known that if there are people that are corrupt, it is them. Go to these municipalities that they looted here, where they were governing. But unfortunately, the media, like yourselves, you don't speak much about these municipalities that are being looted, by the DA. So I am confident that those documents that were found at the scene, it has come from his vehicle. There's no doubt about it. The one thing that we are hoping for is that the Metro Police will not cover up this scene like they did, like with the previous one.
Many people are watching and thinking to themselves, okay, the documents were found in his possession. Help us connect the dots about what crime that means he's committed, though. I mean, you speak in unequivocal terms about the corruption that he's involved in. There are many people who might be skeptical. Just because the documents were found there doesn't necessarily mean anything was necessarily done. What's your response to that?
No. Firstly, Chief, I was glad to read that they said no, that he was driving like his own private vehicle. Now you tell me, what does documents that was supposed to be in the care of like supply chain doing in his vehicle? And it was good that they said that he was driving his own vehicle, because he will have to explain what does documents that is supposed to be a supply chain doing in his vehicle. I've always said, that the ANC are thieves, and they're known to be thieves. But the DA are just much better thieves than what the ANC are. They steal in a way that people do not come, they would not know that these people are like stealing. And the fact that those documents fell out of their cars, it just shows that, listen, this guy, he was busy like with funny things. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
All we know so far is that these are tender documents. Do you have any details around what tender for which company perhaps, and the level of involvement perhaps that Nqaba Bhanga himself could have had outside of just having the documents on his person in his vehicle?
Chief, I can tell you this. I've got a list of corruption that is being done by DA councillors. And you see when Good walks into council at the end of this election, what we're going to investigate. Do you understand? They've got a lot to explain. They've got a lot to explain, and and those documents are but only like the tip of the iceberg.
Can you give us an example of some of the questions that you want them to answer?
What we would like them to answer is something good. There's a place called Something Good, like at the beachfront. Something Good that property belongs to the municipality. There is something fishy going on around Something Good. I've got forensic document about Something Good. And all of those things will open up once we get into council.
Lawrence Troon, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Is there something else you want to add there? Yeah, go ahead.
Secondly, there was a businessman who admitted to me that he paid 10,000 rand to one of the DA councillors in the presence of 2 or 3 other people that were with me. So these people are not as clean as what they purport to be.
Before I let you go, you've got all this information at your disposal. Has it ever crossed your mind to take it to police?
About which information? No, you see what I want to do, once I get into the system, then we want to open up the system and show it for what it is, because it's going to be very difficult for me to fight all of these things while I'm not in council. One thing that Good is certain of is that we will have a very fair representation of councillors within the new and then once we're in council, we'll really prove and expose the DA for who they really are.
Hold on, Lawrence, I don't think I'm understanding what you're saying. You're saying you're not able to report these crimes until you're in council?
Yes.
Help us understand why?
Why? Because what happens when I'm in council, I'll be able to have more access to more documentation to prove what I'm saying.
So you don't even have the proof for the stuff that you've alleged on TV? I do
have some of the proof in what I'm saying.
It's just not the kind of proof that you can take to police until you're in council.
One of the matters that I'm speaking about, the forensic investigator, he went and he gave it to one of the leaders of the DA about 6 years ago, and the guy did nothing about it.
All right. I'm not quite sure if I necessarily follow what you're saying, but I guess we'll keep watching that as it continues to develop. That's all the time we have this morning. Lawrence Troon, thanks for your time nonetheless. He's a representative of the Good Party. Live to us there from Gqeberha.